On May 2, 1997, Tony Blair won a landslide Labour majority in a general election and moved into number 10 Downing Street as Prime Minister. In Tony and Cheery, a special relationship, author Paul Scott explains that Prince Charles was initially warm to New Labour. However, the 2005 biography claims that Charles was allegedly furious over what he saw as the government's ignorance of countryside issues. In particular, he loathed the government's positive attitude to GM crops and its 1997 commitment to banning fox hunting. This, Mr. Scott claims, was a subject Mr. and Mrs. Blair often found themselves buttonholed over when visiting the royals. Prince Charles claimed fox hunting was romantic as he tried to persuade Tony Blair not to ban the blood sport in a 2002 letter. Released to the Mail on Sunday under Freedom of Information rules, Charles's letter said, "There is complete bewilderment that the government is apparently responding to calls to ban something which is genuinely environmentally friendly, which uses no modern technology, which does not pollute the countryside, and which is completely natural in that it relies entirely on man's ancient and, indeed, romantic relationship with dogs and horses." Mr. Scott said, "There is a misapprehension that Cheery Blair was the force behind the drive to ban hunting with hounds which came into force in February 2005. Prior to the ban, pro-hunt protesters blocked the lanes around Chequers in September 2004 in an attempt to sabotage Cheery Blair's 50th birthday party. The book claims the Blairs didn't shed any tears for the hunted fox. Mr. Scott claims that Tony Blair inherited the policy and he felt it had distracted attention from more important issues. In his memoirs, A Journey, Mr. Blair singles out two policies he regrets: the Freedom of Information Act, which he says is not practical for good government, and the ban on fox hunting. He claims in the 2010 book he was ignorant about the sport and underestimated public feeling about it. He wrote, "I didn't feel how, for fox hunters, this was part of their way of life. I didn't feel how, for those wanting a ban, this was fundamentally about cruelty. Result? Disaster? I was ignorant about the sport. I thought it a bit weird that people wanted to gallivant around hunting a fox, but having read my trollop